Our friends over at Sharp Football, I love what they do with numbers. I used to not be a numbers guy, and I hope I'm not wearing folks out with this, but I think there's some things when you look at some of these numbers that really do tell a story about what you could maybe expect.
Fascinating stuff. Spin that tail for us, Brian.
I will do my very best. The 49ers are one of those teams that doesn't like to send a lot of extra pass rushers. And it says here they love to sit back and shell coverage. The 49ers only blitzed 19% of the time. That's 29th in the league. And that was during the regular season while playing zone coverage 72% of the time of their snaps. That's sixth best in the league. Okay, the reason I say this is because Dak Prescott was much better this year against zone coverage, ranking sixth in the league in completion rate. He was at right around 74%, and seventh in yards per pass attempt at 8.1 per attempt. Against man coverage, Prescott was only 47% completion rate, which was 23rd in the league, and he only averaged 6.5 yards an attempt, which was 20th in the league. So if you're in a situation right now with the 49ers, you want to sit in that zone coverage, your quarterback's got a good shot of wearing them out.
I like it. The numbers sound good to me so far.
Yeah.
Let's just stop the segment there. Cowboys win.
Yeah. 49ers were middle of the pack in a number of other areas. They were ranked 15th in yards allowed per pass at 7.1. They were 29th in completion rate at 68.3. and 16th in touchdown rate at 4.6. What we've seen, you've seen Dak and the guys have a little bit of some struggles, but the strength of the offense in this game will be their passing game. I don't know why you run the ball. If these numbers tell me there's no if you could protect, there is no reason to run the football in this game.
I love how look at Brian.
I'm just saying.
It's like a whole new man out here trying to establish the pass.
If they're going to give up plays like this, like be this bad at it, please take advantage of that. Don't try and just and just run because we have to run.
What if they do the Buda Baker thing though? That we're disguising coverages and we're dropping everybody into coverage, and
it's still going to end up to be cover two.
Do you think you can still pass into that no problem?
I think if they're going to play zone coverage, by all means go for it. That sometimes you are who you are. And I think the 49ers are terrified of their guys playing man coverage, and that's why they play zone. So that's why you do things to protect yourself. It's the same principle they have on offense of not letting Garoppolo be the guy because they're scared of him messing this thing up. Okay, let's talk about the Cowboys. I mentioned Garoppolo here. Okay, we're talking quarterbacks. Dallas uses two primary coverages, Jeffrey, that make up the bulk of their defensive snaps. They play the most cover one in the league. That's single high safety. Mm-hmm. They do that 34% of the time. And then they're in cover three, where that's thirds. They play that 33.4% of their plays. So just, they're trying to have
67% of the time you have one deep safety.
Right. The 49ers have faced cover three on 40% of their snaps this year, which is second highest in the league. Against cover three, Jimmy Garoppolo was sixth in the league with a rating of 102.3. And he led the NFL with a 76.2 completion rate. Again, that was against cover three.
Which is, again, why it's so important to be able to slow down or stop their run game.
Yeah.
Because what that's illustrating is why does Jimmy see so much of that coverage relative to everyone else in the league?
Yeah.
Because teams know you're going to run the ball.
Right.
So teams are playing a safety down. They're giving you a good opportunity to throw it. And when he's been asked to, he's been efficient.
Right.
There's turnovers, there's sacks, but they've also been efficient. So you need to slow down the run game, and then your guys in coverage need to make plays like they've done all year.
Okay, how about then cover one? He was a much different story with Garoppolo. He only completed 57% of his passes, which is 18th best in the league. He only averaged a quarterback rating of 89.8, which is 14th in the league, playing against cover one.
Isn't that more of a run defense?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But my assumption is when you say cover one, that means your corners don't have a deep third, which means your corners are playing man, which means you're making the window harder for the quarterback. Like in cover three, you're giving him an easy look because your corners are bailing, your safety's back.
Exactly.
If you're playing cover one, you're in his face, you're in his face, and you've got to make a throw.
Exactly. And to me, you play cover one, but if you want to play run defense, though, too.
Yeah.
But his wide receivers aren't winning off the line quickly.
He's not. He is just not accurate throwing the ball that way.
All right.
So, okay, now here's an interesting thing about their wide receivers. Okay, I mentioned about the cover one look. Okay, Brandon Ayuk is their best receiver when it comes to the cover one look. Against cover one, he leads the 49ers in routes with 109, targets with 23, and receptions with 14. So when they see cover one, he's the guy they tend to go to.
A little quicker, shiftier.
Exactly. So also we look at Deebo Samuel. He's only seen more than 6 targets in just one of his past 8 games. But we know the 49ers are going to get him the ball. We all know that.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of the toughest matchups for defense since he plays everywhere. We know that too. We've talked about that a bunch. Samuel's logged snaps out of wide receiver, 536.
Okay.
In the slot, 209.
Okay.
In the backfield, 80. And even there's a snap in 6 different games in line as like a tight end.
Oh, like a wing? Like standing up tight end?
Yeah, like a stand-up tight end. So what you're going to have to deal with, though, like I say, it's not about the targets with him. It's about the other stuff that he brings. It's the matchup problems that you have with him having to deal with all that stuff like that. Okay, George Kittle. He's had a quiet close to the season. He's only caught 8 passes for 60 yards in the final 3 games of the regular season.
Wow.
But with Kittle, we know he's as talented as any tight end in the league. Prior to the most recent drought, Kittle was on a tear. He had 9 for 181 and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, that was a good fantasy week for me.
13 for 151 and a touchdown.
That was good
and
too.
6 for 93 for no touchdowns. This is the problem for the Cowboys. The Cowboys tend to get beaten by good tight end play. They rank 22nd in yards allowed. They gave up 7.7 yards a target, which was 17th in the league right there. So if you're talking about matchups and stuff like that, it could be a little bit difficult for the Cowboys, with those 2 particular players. But you know what? I'll go back to this though, just for the Cowboys' sake of the defense we talked about earlier. If the 49ers defenses, they give up plays to wide receivers like we talked about. 49ers have allowed 67% catch rate to wide receivers in the league. They've allowed 8.4 per target, which is 24th in the league, and 5.2 touchdown rate, which is 19th. So they have a problem. It's not going to be your tight end that beats them or your back or anything like that. It's going to be your wide receivers. That's when Coop's talking about get him going, get him, all these guys, get him going early and often, protect. And like I said, I've said this all week long, I think you could throw the ball on these guys just from what I've seen with the way they match up. So,
wow.
Cowboys protect, and Dak have a big day.
Give him the business.